Okay, I want to say one thing. I've noticed in the last, I would say at least 8 years, a lot of drawing, which is great to have actual drawing, hand drawing. But what I notice is that drawing these days is all like object in a white page. Students, when they have no experience, you say, okay, here's a still life, draw it. They'll draw something right in the center of the page, out of context. So you struggle as a teacher to say, okay, draw the rest of the context because space goes on forever. What is that object sitting on? And so that's, one of our lessons this semester. It's very difficult to make that point relevant when you come into galleries and you see drawing after drawing after drawing of objects on white space. I mean, don't you see that a lot? Do you agree with me?
I think, for me, it follows the language of contemporary advertising, where everything's it's either very removed or completely stuffed.
Right.
It's either completely cold or completely pumped.
Right. This is common. Like, I don't know who this artist is. They're a great renderer. They can draw a figure wonderfully, but compositionally, there's something disembodied about it. What I think is going on is that we have, in the last 10 years, when this kind of drawing has become hot, we live in a disembodied era. Half of our human relationships are digitally entered into. Even with people we talk with in real life, like you and I, once in a while, talk in real life. But a lot of our communication is on Velvetpark, on Facebook. Yeah. So we have a relationship that's disembodied. So this is my analysis of what's going on here. We know where we are, but we don't know where anything else is. We don't know where anyone else is. We just know that they're out there. I don't know if this is good or bad, but it's just repeated over and over and over again that I just feel this has become a part of our consciousness, our disembodied selves in these open environments. Well, I think we don't know where we are. And the history of art, and I've written about this, is that when you look at two-dimensional artwork, it's always been about the object and the environment. And artists throughout history have tried to figure out what kind of environment do we live in. So you look at Ottoman miniatures, and they figured out space, that environment, in a certain way. You think of the Renaissance and the great advancement of one-point perspective. They figured out space in a certain way. Chinese landscape painting, they figured out space. You wander through it up and down in all kinds of, in a natural way. So here, in our 21st century, we don't know what space means to us. We don't know where we are. It's a blank canvas.
That's interesting.
I don't know what that means, but we just don't know where we are yet. It's still too new to us.
Yeah. You know what I just learned? I learned that there are more artists living today in Williamsburg than in Venice during the golden age of the Renaissance.
That's an interesting statistic. And I think on that note,